It's more than just a game, it's a tradition, a community. Every Friday night tradition deserves a homemade favorite, Pollyeyes Pizza. Stop in on 5th Ave in downtown Grinnell or order online at pollyeyesgrinnellia.com. Go Tigers!
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, we know that the Tigers have a game plan every time they take the field or court. And at Ramsey Weeks, we have a plan for you too. Check out our website at ramseyweeks.com to get started. You can find all your insurance needs from residential to commercial, and if it is real estate you are looking for, you are one click away in the top menu. Here you can browse our residential and commercial listings. Don't forget, let Ramsey Weeks create a game plan for your new insurance or real estate purchase. Go Tigers! Now is the perfect time to start your new shop house or post-frame building construction project. Lumber prices are dropping to historic lows, and Proline Building Company is excited to pass those savings directly to our customers. We are offering special discounts on all new projects. Our construction calendar has immediate openings so you can take advantage of today's low material cost without delay. Ready to get started? Visit us at www.iowadreambuilder.com and let's get started today. Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee cappuccino and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group, join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Hey Tiger fans, Colton here at Wagon Wheels West in Grinnell, and today's game day boot is this men's Twisted X boot. This boot is going to be super comfortable with that self-stretch technology while also being greatly durable if you have to go and work in the yard or you're out on the job all day. This is going to be the boot for you. But don't get it twisted. This boot is going to look wonderful under a nice pair of blue jeans if you got to go out on the town. And stop in, try it, and good luck, Tigers.
Good evening and welcome to the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. I'm Dan Walker. Along with me is Tim Hammond tonight. Back for another night of fun and enjoyment and me learning more about swimming. Tim, welcome back.
Thanks a lot.
Tonight is kind of it's an interesting night because in the last one we did was a triangular, so we had more than one.
A triple duel, that was.
A triple duel.
It was technically, yeah.
Okay, triple duel. So tonight is basically just a duel?
It is just a duel.
So we welcome the swimmers from Southeast Polk and our Lady Tigers over here on this side for, which I say side, it's just kind of how they started up and they were lined up for the singing of the national anthem. They will join together and start their swim not performance, but what their activities are for tonight. Before we get into the swimming, though, I do want to thank our sponsors. We have Poly Ice Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, Proline Building Company, Weldon Drywall, Latitude Signage and Design, Mayflower Community Homes, Mahaska Communications, the Dairy Barn, Prairie Lakes Church, Wagon Wheels West, S&S Electric, Unity Point, Grinnell Hospital, Family Dentistry, and Grinnell State Bank. Our business cards that are scrolling down there in the bottom left-hand corner. You'll also find Grinnell Firestone and Mindy Holz Exit Realty. And typically in a normal event, we would have different endings and stuff and periods. That's brought to you by Brent Nickel State Farm. So we're just going to say the evening is kind of brought to you by Brent Nickel State Farm. But we're at the college, and they're jumping right in on time. So I'm going to switch over and let Tim tell us what's going on.
So they've just started the 200 medley relay. For all of our viewers, if you can't definitively tell which teams are in which lanes, we're going to see Southeast Polk in odd lanes tonight and Grinnell in even lanes, which is pretty standard during a dual meet. So Southeast Polk is in 3, 5, and 7, and Grinnell is in 4, 6, and 8 in this race. We can see Southeast Polk taking an early lead in lane 3. I'm not surprised. I saw one of their backstrokers warming up during, yeah, they're going to be strong in backstroke tonight. This should be a closer meet than what we saw during our last live stream of the girls swimming this season. But I still expect Grinnell to come out on top. So if you haven't caught on, 200 medley relay starts off with backstroke, then we go to breaststroke. Our flyers are about to enter the water. Southeast Polk still leading in lane 3, but Grinnell is catching up in lane 6. Interestingly, Southeast Polk made their fastest relay in lane 3. Standard practice would be to put them right in the middle, as Grinnell did. Nothing against the rules, just a little bit different. We can see Grinnell pulling ahead in the fly. Lucy Lindberg, I think, just finished there in the fly in lane 6, and now we have Caitlin Seek in the water. And Grinnell is pulling away from the end. But again, that backstroke start from Southeast Polk is something for us to watch when we come to the 100 backstroke. And Grinnell finishes in 2:06.06. I'm pretty certain this year they've been 2:01.85 in that event. But maybe times are not correct because Southeast Polk is on the board at 2:01.69, so I think the third swimmer from Southeast Polk must have gotten out of the water late and touched the touchpad early. And so Southeast Polk's time on the board is not correct, I'm pretty confident. They were not first. Grinnell was first, and they were probably second up there, and probably went 2:10 or slower, I'd say. All right, on to the 200 free JV. We are only going to see Southeast Polk in this race.
Event 4, girls, 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1 from Southeast Polk, Audrey Cooper. In lane 2 from Southeast Polk, Anna Kingery. In lane 3 from Southeast Polk, Lillian Kahn. In lane 4 from Grinnell, Peyton Vanat. In lane 5 from Southeast Polk, Jody Burdick. In lane 6 from Grinnell, Zoe Rundall. In lane 7 from Southeast Polk, Lila Pekarik. And in lane 8 from Grinnell, Zoe Toller, Mr. Starter.
So it seems that we have combined the JV and the varsity in this heat. Oh, varsity, we're going ahead with the varsity race apparently, for some reason. Lane 8 is worried about their wedge not being on the block, so got a little pause from the starter for that. If you do hear any feedback, viewers, there is some feedback coming over the college system through their speakers. So I'm not saying I hear it, but I just know it's coming out in the speakers in the venue. So that's not the Tiger Sports Live system. So we have the 200 free varsity in here, and our heat sheet isn't lining up exactly with who's in the water. It looks like, yeah, the JV is in lane 1 and 2, and the varsity are in lane 3 through 8. And looks like Ferdig of Southeast Polk is off to a strong start. And then there's a bunch of people following, racing for second right now. Couple of Southeast Polk's JV swimmers, according to the heat sheet, are right up there racing for second. But if they are entered as JV, they can't score varsity points, I'm pretty certain. Our leading Grinnell swimmer is Manat in lane 4. So when we're scoring, earlier I said Grinnell is probably going to come out on top on this meet, despite what we're seeing in the first individual event where Southeast Polk is leading by quite a lot and is probably going to score 1, 2, 3 probably or something like that. The relay points score a lot more points. And so if Grinnell is coming out on top in relays and then doing pretty well or coming out on top in individual events, that's where Grinnell's going to shine. So 8 lengths of the 200. Southeast Polk Fertig comes in at 2:16.43. As we look ahead to future events, the real exciting event tonight is going to be diving. We have the top 4 divers, depending on how you're looking at 6 dives or 11, top 4 divers in the state at this meet, in the top 5 or top 10, depending again whether you're looking at 6 dives or 11 dives. And aside from those 4, we have a number of others who are ranked in the top 50 competing here. It's going to be a lot of diving tonight, upwards of, I think, 10 to 12 competitors. I was trying to count them. The heat sheet says 12, but I was counting them, and there's 10, 11, maybe 12 over there. All right, should be into the 200 IM, and it looks like we're going straight to the varsity again. And looks like Southeast Polk's JV swimmer is going to be in lane 8.
In lane 5 from Southeast Polk, Alexandria Douglas. In lane 6 from Grinnell, Peyton Silstra. In lane 7 from Southeast Polk, Bailey Johnson. And in lane 8 from Southeast Polk, Amelia Hoffman, Mr. Starter.
So in this event, we're going to see 8 lengths again, but it'll be 2 lengths fly, then back, then breast, then free. Good turns, staying low in the water. So we got Southeast Polk leading in lane 5 right now. That's Douglas. Zylstra is right next to her, though. And again, in this event, we can see plenty of changes. We might see a strong flyer come out. Backstroke, things might shift up, but it tends to be breaststroke where we really see the changes. You can see Southeast Polk pulling away even further in the backstroke. Grinnell in second. Southeast Polk in third. So what we really want to see in this backstroke stuff is them coming off further underwater, getting some good dolphin kicks on, breaking out past those backstroke flags. And again here in breaststroke, lane 3, we had a Southeast Polk swimmer turn over on her stomach during breaststroke before she went into her turn. I expect we will see the official raise their hand before the end of the race, there it goes, indicating that she has been disqualified. There is also a possibility that he's raising his hand about something else that I didn't see, but that was pretty clear. Looks like Douglas from Southeast Polk is plenty strong at the breaststroke as well. And so she's pulling it out. It'd be real surprise if Grinnell can catch up to her during the freestyle. Again, really want to see those breakouts from all the swimmers coming out past the flags. And if there's any indication in the warm-up, you already heard me talking about backstroker from Southeast Polk, at least that one. I think we're going to see something impressive in her breakout. Douglas, lane 5, takes first in 2:32. Southeast Polk taking second. Southeast Polk taking third. Then Grinnell comes in 4th and 5th. And then I'm pretty sure lane 8 is Southeast Polk JV. And now we should see the 50 freestyle for JV. And I think anyone that's watched Grinnell swimming and diving, I think you should be watching lane 6, because I saw Paige Miller warm up today, and I think we're going to see something from her that we've never seen before.
So question for you, Tim. How come we still got swimmers in the water?
Oh, they're just relaxing.
Okay.
The official's going to go over and talk to the coaches to inform them of the disqualification, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And there's since he did talk to the Grinnell coaches, there might have been a Grinnell disqualification that I had missed. The official just has to raise their hand before the end of the race to indicate that they have a disqualification to log. And it might pop, if depending on how the computer system's being run back there, we might see it on the scoreboard yet who got disqualified. Which really means that Grinnell probably came in second and third rather than third and or fourth and fifth.
Adriana Lopez Stanley. In lane 4 from Grinnell, Amelia Wolkin. In lane 5 from Southeast Polk, Harley England. In lane 6 from Grinnell, Paige Miller. And in lane 7 from Southeast Polk, Sarah Sanchez Raposo, Mr. Starter.
So the whistle is from the official indicates that they need to step up on the blocks. And Paige thought that that was the signal to start. And since the JV points don't relate to the varsity points, the official is allowing the meet to this race to just continue. So 50 freestyle, again, you just want to have as high turnover as possible for the most part. Of course, you still want to be able to grab the water and pull yourself past where you anchor your hand, but generally all about high turnover. And for the most part, as little breathing as possible. All right. Come on, Paige. She got a little excited about all their teammates at the end of the pool. So here in the 50 free on the varsity side, Isabel Kinkle is going to be one of the outstanding swimmers, I expect. We'll see if Southeast Polk has someone that can keep up with her. As far as I could gather from the power index, Isabel's ranked in the top 50 in the state for the 100. I think she is 43rd right now. And I didn't see anybody in the 50 for Southeast Polk or the 100 in the top 50 for Southeast Polk. So again, I think we're going to see Isabel shine bright here. I think what we'll be looking for in outstanding 50s are how far do they go before they enter the water off the start, then how far and fast they're going underwater,
In lane 4 from Grinnell, Zoe Tauber.
and then how fast those hands and feet move.
In lane 5 from Southeast Polk, Zoe Willems. In lane 6 from Grinnell, Isabel Kinkle. In lane 7 from Southeast Polk, Valentina Freiberger. And in lane 8 from Grinnell, Rosalie Leisure. Mr. Starter.
So one thing you could notice in future races that I just noticed here in the 50 is Grinnell's grabbing onto the bars on the blocks, and Southeast Polk's not. If I recall, and it's been a while since I've been in Southeast Polk's pool, but they don't have those handles, and so they're grabbing the front of the blocks. And like I said, Isabel is leading this race strong. In the 50, to be more than a body length ahead is very uncommon. 26.00.
You have some best scores there, or best times.
I don't have her 50 from this season, but last season she went 25.85, and that is the 4th fastest time in school history. And so she is very close to that, which is good news for this time of the year. And we are headed towards diving now. So it'll take a bit of time for the officials to get over there and the divers to be ready and the scoring to be ready. So
Go ahead and take a little bit of a commercial break then.
Can I go ahead and quickly say hello to my
Yes, you
in-laws
can.
down
Yep.
in southern Illinois, St. Louis area, and I bet my parents are listening too. Hi, Mom and Dad.
All right, you're watching Grinnell Tiger ladies swimming on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
Hi there, this is Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Pollei's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pollei's in downtown Grinnell.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, we know that the Tigers have a game plan every time they take the field or court. And at Ramsey Weeks, we have a plan for you too. Check out our website at ramseyweeks.com to get started. You can find all your insurance needs from residential to commercial, and if it is real estate you are looking for, you are one click away in the top menu. Here you can browse our residential and commercial listings. Don't forget, let Ramsey Weeks create a game plan for your new insurance or real estate purchase. Go Tigers!
Now is the perfect time to start your new shop house or post-frame building construction project. Lumber prices are dropping to historic lows, and Proline Building Company is excited to pass those savings directly to our customers. We are offering special discounts on all new projects. Our construction calendar has immediate openings, so you can take advantage of today's low material cost without delay. Ready to get started? Visit us at www.iowadreambuilder.com and let's get started today.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services.
Back dive, half twist, straight, 1.8. Four, 2. Audra Doty, 5211A, back dive, half twist free, 1.8. Five and a half, 5.5. Cameron Russell, 5132D, forward 1.5 somersault, 1 twist free, 1.8. Seven, 8. Cora Kellogg, 5222D, back somersault, 1 twist free, 1.8. Four. Ollie Hetzer, 5132D, forward 1.5 somersault, 1 twist, free, 1.8. Six and a half. Lillian Ford, 5121D, forward somersault, half twist free, 1.7. Five and a half. 5. Aubrey Holder, 5228D, somersault, 1.5 twist free, 1.8. Six, 5.5. Aubrey Lewis, 5122D, forward somersault, 1 twist, free, 1.8. Five. Emily Braunschweig Norris, 5132D, forward 1.5 somersault, 1 twist, free, 1.8. 6.5, 7, 7. Ivy Whitaker, 52-21D, back somersault half twist free, 1.7. Five, 4.5. Nora Nickel, 52-31D, back 1.5 somersault, half twist free, 1.8. Five and a half. We move to the second round of diving with Caitlin Kemp. 201A back dive straight, 1.7. Three and a half, 3. Audra Doty, 403C, inward 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.2. Five and a half, 5. Cameron Russell, 105C, forward 2.5 somersault tuck, 2.4. Seven and a half, 8. Cora Kellogg, 52-23D, back somersault, 1.5 twist free, 2.3. Five and a half, 5. Holly Hetzler, 105C, forward 2.5 somersault tuck, 2.4. Seven and a half, 7. Lillian Ford, 103B, forward 1.5 somersault pike, 1.7. Four and a half. Aubrey Holder, 101B, forward dive pike, 1.3. Emmy Braunschweig Norris, 105B, forward 2.5 somersault pike, 2.6. Four. Ivy Whitaker, 201A back dive straight, 1.7. Three. Nora Nickel, 203B back, 1.5 somersault pike, 2.3. Five and a half, 5. We now move to the third round of diving. Caitlin Kepp, 101C forward dive tuck, 1.2. Four, 2.5. Audra Doty, 104C, forward double somersault tuck, 2.2. Five and a half. Cameron Russell, 5134D, forward 1.5 somersault, 2 twists, free, 2.6. Six and a half, 5. Cora Kellogg, 203C back, 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.0. Four and a half, 4. Holly Hetzer, 401B inward dive pike, 1.5. Eight and a half, 8. Lillian Ford, 401B inward dive pike, 7.5. Ivy Whitaker, 52-11A, back dive half twist straight, 1.8. Five, 4.5, 5. Nora Nickel, 104B, forward double somersault height, 2.3. Six, 7. We now move into the fourth round of diving. Audra Doty, 201B back dive pike, 1.6. Five and a half, 5.5. Cameron Russell, 52-33D, back 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twists, free, 2.5. 7. Cora Kellogg, 103B, forward 1.5 somersault pike, 1.7. 4.5. Holly Hetzer, 403B, inward 1.5 somersault pike, 2.4. 8, 7.5. Lillian Ford, 101B, forward dive pike, 1.3. 5. Aubrey Holder, 201A, back dive straight, 1.7. 5.5, 6. Aubrey Lewis, 403C, inward 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.2. 4. Emmy Bronswick Norris, 303C, reverse 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.4. 5 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half. Ivy Whitaker, 401C, inward dive, tuck, 1.4. Five and a half, 5, 5. Nora Nickel, 303C, reverse, 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.1. Six, hit. We now move to the 5th round of diving. Audra Doty, 401B, inward dive, pike, 1.5. 7, 6 and a half, 6 and a half. Cameron Russell, 203B, back, 1.5 somersault, pike, 2.3. 6 and a half, oh, excuse me, sit. 6 and a half, 7. Cora Kellogg, 104C, forward double somersault tuck, 2.2. 5 and a half, 5 and a half, 5 and a half. Holly Hetzer, 203B, back, 1.5 somersault pike, 2.3. 5, 5, 4 and a half. Lillian Ford, 201A, back dive straight, 1.7. 5 and a half, Dick. Aubrey Holder, 302C, reverse somersault tuck, 1.6. 5, 5, 5. Aubrey Lewis, 302B, reverse somersault pike, 1.7. 6 and a half, Dick, 5 and a half. Emmy Bronswag Norris, 203B, back, 1.5 somersault pike, 2.3. 7, 101B, forward dive, pipe, 1.3. Five and a half, five and a half, five and a half. Nora Nickel, 403C, inward 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.2. Six and a half, six and a half, six and a half. All right, let's hear it for our divers as we move into the sixth and final round of diving. Audra Doty, 5122D, forward somersault, 1 twist, breathe, 1.9. Six, six, five and a half. Cameron Russell, 403B, inward 1.5 somersault pipe, 2.4. Five, five, five. Holly Hetzer, 5233D, back 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist free, 2.5. Seven and a half, seven and a half, seven. Lillian Ford, 5221D, back somersault, half twist, breathe, 1.7. Five and a half, tick, five and a half. Aubrey Holder, 301C, reverse dive tuck, 1.6. Five and a half, five and a half, thick. Aubrey Lewitt, 5231D, back to 1.5 somersault, half twist, free, 2.1. Five, six, five and a half. Emmy Braunschlag Norris, 5134D, forward 1.5 somersault, 2 twist, free, 2.6. Heidi Whitaker. 103C, forward 1.5 somersault tuck, 1.6. Six and a half, 5.5. And Nora Nickel, 5223D, back somersault, 1.5 twists free, 2.3. Six, 5.5. That concludes our diving event for the evening. Let's hear it one more time for our divers. We will take a 10-minute break. Swimmers, the pool is open.
All right, welcome. And as you heard from the PA announcer, that does conclude the swimming. Tim, thoughts? This time we didn't talk over anyone, so everyone got to hear all the scores and everything. But what's your point of view on the afterthought?
So that was a lot of diving, especially for high school, and some fantastic diving. While I didn't do the math in my head while we were going, which it's a rare person that can keep track of all of that, but there are some diving coaches out there that they do it every day, so they can. But I'm fairly confident Cameron Russell won that. Holly Hetzer from Southeast Polk, who is ranked second in the state to Cameron. She had some great dives, but I have a feeling that Cameron's DDs were just degree of difficulties for her dives were probably just enough, just high enough, and her scores were just high enough that she probably outscored that. There's one other person that I can think that can do all that math in their head, which was one of the Jonathan Rebelski, a Grinnell High School football player.
I think
who
all the Rebelskis could probably do that.
I'm very confident all of them could have.
Starting with their dad, Sam.
Jonathan came to Grinnell College, and I helped coach him he switched over to diving quite quickly after he entered college. And yes, he's one of those that knew everybody's score throughout every diving meet.
All right. Well, they're taking their 10-minute break. We are going to take a break with them, and we'll hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. You're watching Grinnell Swimming on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We are your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee cappuccino and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Hey Tiger fans, Colton here at Wagon Wheels West in Grinnell, and today's game day boot is this men's Twisted X boot. This boot is going to be super comfortable with that self-stretch technology, while also being greatly durable if you have to go and work in the yard or you're out on the job all day. This is going to be the boot for you. But don't get it twisted. This boot is going to look wonderful under a nice pair of blue jeans if you got to go out on the town. And stop in, try it, and good luck, Tigers.
It's more than just a game, it's a tradition, a community. Every Friday night tradition deserves a homemade favorite, Pollyeyes Pizza. Stop in on 5th Ave in downtown Grinnell or order online at pollyeyesgrinellia.com. Go Tigers!
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, we know that the Tigers have a game plan every time they take the field or court. And at Ramsey Weeks, we have a plan for you too. Check out our website at ramseyweeks.com to get started. You can find all your insurance needs from residential to commercial, and if it is real estate you are looking for, you are one click away in the top menu. Here you can browse our residential and commercial listings. Don't forget, let Ramsey Weeks create a game plan for your new insurance or real estate purchase. Go Tigers!
Now is the perfect time to start your new shop house or post frame building construction project. Lumber prices are dropping to historic lows, and Proline Building Company is excited to pass those savings directly to our customers. We are offering special discounts on all new projects. Our construction calendar has immediate openings, so you can take advantage of today's low material cost without delay. Ready to get started? Visit us at www.iowadreambuilder.com and let's get started today.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to Try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments. So no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Mayflower Community is currently hiring nursing staff. If you are passionate about healthcare and the well-being of older adults, Mayflower Community wants you. Employees enjoy a daily meal, coffee cappuccino and lotus drinks, fitness center, and a family-oriented work culture that is flexible with your needs. You will find competitive pay and benefits. Mayflower Community, a place to call home and a great place to work. For more information, visit our website at mayflowerhomes.com or call 641-236-6151.
Tired of bad internet and bad service? Switch to MCG and experience the benefits of better internet. We employ a local team that answers the phone when you call. We provide same-day support and symmetrical upload and download. We offer benefits like free install, free router, and no introductory pricing. We offer internet that works when you need it. No data caps, no fine print, and absolutely no hidden fees. Sign up with MCG today and experience the benefits of better internet service.
All right, welcome back to swimming at the Grinnell Natatorium. Girls swimming, live on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. I just want to kind of do a quick overview of our sponsors: Polly Ice Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, Ramsey Weeks Insurance, and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, Proline Building Company, Weldon Drywall, Latitude Signage and Design, Mayflower Community Homes, Mahaska Communications, the Dairy Barn, Prairie Lakes Church, Wagon Wheels West, S&S Electric, Unity Point, Grinnell Hospital, Family Dentistry, Grinnell State Bank, and Grinnell Firestone. So they're having a little bit problems with their PA system, so now you get Tim and I. We'll try to get the background noise out of that.
Yeah, great.
Looked like event 12 is what he was trying to say.
Yep. They realize that they're having problems. He's trying to figure it out. So through event 8, which would have been the 50 freestyle, so not including the diving event, the score is currently Southeast Polk 37 and Grinnell 24. And that's not really surprising. Like I said, relays get more points. We've got 2 relays left in the meet. And what's coming up here is the 100 fly. And so we will see what this event holds. And I think there's... All right. The timing room's telling the official to move ahead. Forget the announcing because of how they're struggling. And what we want to see here is some good long strokes for the most part for amongst these flyers. We do have a relatively strong Grinnell flyer in lane 6 who's taken the lead. But we want to continue to see those shoulders press down a little bit. You don't want her to be swimming uphill. And there you go. 2 breaths up, 3 breaths up, 1 breath down. Is that what she's going with? Oh, maybe random. But looking for a breathing pattern maybe. I suspect that could be an advantage. Really having to practice that breathing pattern in practice. Make sure that you're confident about using it during the meet. So we got Grinnell coming in first, Southeast Polk coming in second, and I think Grinnell is going to pass to come in third. Way to go to be strong at the end, head down into the wall. Come on. You hit those flags, put your head down. You're going to make it through the rest of the race. You don't need to breathe anymore. So Grinnell was 1, 3, and 5. Southeast Polk was 2, 4, and 6, I assume. I don't think she was disqualified. Just somebody hit the button. So those timers back there, we talked about last meet, there's a touchpad. There's also a button. In case the touchpad doesn't work because it's faulty electronics that are in the water on occasion, there's a button that the timer pushes, and the timer has a stopwatch. And so if, there's 3 levels of timing there, and that's standard in swim meets. Sometimes if they push the button before they touch the touchpad, then you get those little dashes on the board, and they figure all that stuff in the meet management room. All right, we have the 100-yard freestyle, and I think there's some excitement that Paige in lane 6 is going to do the 100 free. Her most common event is the 50, but I think this is maybe the first or second time she's ever done the 100 free, and maybe she's done the 100 back once last season. And the official saved the whistle this time for Paige. Just told them to step up, which is also allowable. So, big deal for Paige to start off the blocks.
And since our PA announcers, his usually gives you the designation of who's in each lane. So lane 3 is Lopez Danley. Lane 4 is Leisure. Lane 5 is Kern. Lane 6 is Miller. Lane 7, England. And lane 8, Wolken.
And again, so Southeast Polk is in 3, 5, and 7, the odd lanes, and Grinnell is in the even lanes.
And if you're watching online, we're glad you joined us. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see, and also a little explanation. The lane designation are pretty close to being exactly what lane they're on, and then that you could correspond that lane with the scoreboard up in the top right-hand corner and put you in perspective of what's going on here.
Live.
So again, this is a JV race. This race won't count into those points that are showing up on the board. And the next race will be the Varsity 100 free. And again, like we saw in the 50, Isabel Kinkle will probably be the shiner in the 100 Varsity. But I think we got some time left in this race yet. Paige is on her second length of 4, I'm pretty sure. So again, in this race, much like the 50, when they dive in, we're going to want to see them do some decent underwater work. And then, it's a lot about turnover, but you have to keep up that turnover for 4 lengths. So we don't expect that they're going to be going all out in that first 50, but then they definitely should be giving everything that they possibly can in that second 50. I think we can see that from Paige here. As we've talked about in our last stream here at a swim meet, there's space for everybody in this sport, and it's pretty great.
Well, what's really impressive to me is I see 2 Southeast Polk girls that are down there in the water cheering her on. So it's an effort all the way across the board.
You can even hear them cheering that she did a flip turn, which we don't always see from Paige. And earlier you asked, hey, they're all still in the water. It's pretty standard sportsmanship in swimming that you stay in the water until everybody finishes the race. Nobody's going to be up in arms if you don't. Especially there are times where, somebody needs to get out and start cooling down in preparation for their next race in the meet. So on occasion you'll see that, but generally you'll see folks stay in the water. Plus it feels good. It's hot out on deck. That water cools you off a little bit.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, it's hot where we're at.
It is.
And you said it's hotter down there, so.
The standard competition temperatures for pools are between 79 and 81 degrees, which for most recreational swimmers, when you jump in the water, that'd feel cold. But once you get going for a minute even in your training, you're very comfortable at 79 or 81.
And for the most part, when people go to the swimming pool for recreation, they would like to see 92 to 95.
I don't know about that warm. But yes, up in the 80s.
The ambient temperature, at least, back into the water is what
Right.
they'd like to see. Or feel, I should say.
Yeah. You're still probably hearing some of the PA system from the meet announcer coming out over our stream, but just ignore that.
They're going to send it back to, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go through the lineup for this would be the Varsity 100 free. So in lane 3, Blackford, lane 4, Seek, lane 5, Woolhams, lane 6, Hurley, lane 6, Kinkle, lane 7, Hurley, and lane 8, Lindbergh.
And Grinnell is out to a strong lead, which is not surprising and speaks a lot for what we will probably see in the 400 free relay. Kinkle is leading as predicted, but Seek is not far behind, which is pretty exciting for her, I would imagine.
Which
and
our
Lindbergh,
last home meet, they ran pretty darn close to each other too.
Right. And what I think what I probably commented then is the Seeks are a bit more known for their distance, and so she's going to try and push it right here at the end, whereas Kinkle is even stronger in the 50. But she is very strong, as I just said, and she's going to pull ahead to win by almost a full body length. Kinkle comes in at 56.74. And I just got a wave from a shining star of girls high school swimming and diving. Whitney Jensen is in the crowd watching her alma mater compete. Let's see here. Kinkle just went 56.74, which is over a half a second faster than her best time this season. And just a second off of her lifetime best of 55.44. So we'll see, every weekend the state tends to do a little bit better. And so Kinkle is currently ranked 43rd in the 100 free. And so we'll see after this weekend, how her drop in time compares to everybody else's drop in time for the week. Next up, 500 free. Rare to see a JV race in this, and we won't tonight either. Generally, Kylie Zylstra is ranked 30th in the state in the 500 free for Grinnell, and I think that's the only person between these two teams that is ranked in the state, and she's actually not swimming that tonight. Peyton, her sister, is. So we got 20 lengths here, folks. And at the end of the pool where they just turned, you can see some counters. Each time they come down there, an odd number will go in the water to tell the swimmers what number they're on. And until their last length, instead of 19, a double red or double orange, however you want to describe it, will go into the water, indicating to them that that is their last length that they have to finish on. Generally, when we're seeing anything in the 500 and above, for the majority of the lengths, we want to have pretty even splits. So if you keep your eyes on the scoreboard as they come in from this lap or the next one and thereafter, we want to see pretty even splitting. So Peyton comes in at 35.69. If she can keep that up, I would think that she'd be pretty satisfied.
So I see and I could hear Coach Sarah Smith down there cheering and encouraging. When you're swimming, can you hear that?
Yeah, sometimes yes, and sometimes no.
Depends if you want to hear it or not.
Yeah, no, that can be true. You can see Coach Smith doing that little swinging with her hands up and down. She's telling her swimmer to kick, and coaches tend to be teased about the actions that they do on the side of the pool. So they've just passed the 7th length. So we'll see if they can come in at 35s. Looks like Southeast Polk in lane 3 is leading the race. Okay, all of them have fallen off a bit since their last 50. So coaches are going to be encouraging them. I'm guessing we're going to see some bouncing of the cards down at the other end. Not too much, I guess. There's a little bit of shaking down there. Coaches and teammates aren't too worried about their speed at this point, apparently. Otherwise, we'd see them shaking vigorously. We'll see if Peyton can hold off the second Southeast Polk swimmer, Dayton, in lane 5. That Southeast Polk swimmer is 0.3 faster than Peyton on that 50. But good news is Peyton is catching lane 3 of Southeast Polk. Peyton's got a lot of work to do here. It's her versus 3 of them. And she's going to give it her best effort. I think she's gotten a little inspiration seeing those swimmers near her, because she just went almost a half a second faster on that length compared to the last one. I think there's a possibility that we're going to see a race to the end in the 500, which in the middle of a season and a dual meet isn't something that you always see. Come the conference meet, I would expect that more so, and definitely at the state meet. For the majority of the athletes, sometimes there's always somebody that really stands out. Okay, 38.61. Peyton jumped back up there a little bit, and Dayton dropped a little bit. So that's all there.
It's always interesting, Tim, as an outsider looking in. I look at where Peyton is, and then I look at the Southeast Polk swimmer, where she is gaining on her feet up to her calves, and that's how I could tell that the Southeast Polk swimmer is gaining a little bit. Now there, Peyton kind of jumped ahead. That it's back down to the end of her feet.
That's right.
But
so let's watch it off this turn. So Peyton's hardly getting off the wall before she takes a breath, and that Southeast Polk swimmer is going underwater just a little bit further, and so Peyton could probably, she's tired, no doubt, but Peyton could probably really benefit from when she does her flip turn. If she pushes off in streamline underwater a little bit further, try to make it to those flags. You see that Southeast Polk swimmer,
Yep.
Her fingers almost made it to the flags before she broke out. And frankly, her too, if she can get to the flags or beyond on her breakout, a couple more kicks underwater, I mean, you want a lot of air in the 500. But the less you have to swim, the most efficient way to go through the water is in streamline off the wall. And so the more you can do that, the better. And that's where we're seeing, to your point, that Southeast Polk swimmer is catching her right off the wall, but Peyton is, at this point, seemingly the stronger swimmer.
Yeah, she seems to swim away from
Exactly.
her at about the halfway point.
And so we'll see in that last length, does she have it? And it looks like she is going to. But Southeast Polk does take first. Peyton does come in second. And essentially they held their spots throughout that entire race. Good for them. But we see those 35, 34, 34 and those last splits. And ideally, they'd give half a second, a quarter of a second on every one of those other lengths or 50s. And, you know, that last 50 wouldn't be as fast relative to the rest. You can see my voice starting to get a little excited there, huh?
Yeah, I had to turn you down a little bit.
As a coach, being able to watch those splits come through, there's just so much opportunity for the race to change in such a long event. And so in the 500 and the 400 IM, you know, there's a lot of opportunity. But even in the 200 free, the 200 IM, you know, can be a lot of changing potentially. All right. Now we got the 200-yard freestyle relay, and it looks to me like the JV is going to swim with the varsity on this race. So again,
I think they're about ready to throw the oh.
Girls 200-yard freestyle relay varsity. In lane 3, Southeast Polk B. In lane 4, Grinnell B. In lane 5, Southeast Polk A. In lane 6, Grinnell A. In Grinnell, excuse me, C. 2, the Grinnell diver. With their starter.
all right. Again, I think we can have expectation that Grinnell is going to dominate here, but let's see if Southeast Polk can give them a run. So off the blocks there should be Caitlin Seek in lane 6. And you can see Southeast Polk in lane 7 had a really great start, but Seek is pulling away already to a degree. We can see Southeast Polk in lane 3 as well up there. But Seek is well out there at this point for a 50, and Lindbergh dives into the water. Again, pulling away. Grinnell is now nearly a full body length ahead of everybody else in the pool. Lindbergh will be swimming into Zylstra. You can see Zylstra has taken the very brave choice of starting 1 foot behind the wedge and stepping all the way forward. Oh, we got to see those toes get over the front of the block. We want both feet driving off the front of the block. Oh, yeah, Grinnell is running away with this, pending any catastrophic change. Grinnell is coming in first, and this is where those points are going to be coming back to Grinnell. However, Southeast Polk is coming in at this point in second and third, and that will matter. In swimming, if you take first and don't have depth, and another team takes second, third, and fourth, or second, third, and fifth, or something like that, over a whole meet, if you just continue that in every event, the other team can come out on top. (149.24). Not their fastest of the season according to the power rankings, but it's a win, and that's what they're looking for. Spread the talent out across the meet so that you have the depth.
So Southeast Polk took second, third. Grinnell took fourth. Southeast Polk 5. Grinnell 6.
Again, last year, Grinnell set a school record in this event at 143.73, and they just came in at 149. So plenty of season left. or some season left for them, this current team, to drop down there. But 6 seconds, that's a lot. That's, what is that, 1.5 per athlete on a 50. We can see Coach Smith saying, hey, y'all get back in the water and start cooling down to prepare for the rest of the last few events of the meet. So we're going to be in a short break here.
Okay, let's go back and hear a word from our sponsors.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Hey Tiger fans, Colton here at Wagon Wheels West in Grinnell, and today's game day boot is this men's Twisted X boot. This boot is going to be super comfortable with that self-stretch technology, while also being greatly durable if you have to go and work in the yard or you're out on the job all day. This is going to be the boot for you. But don't get it twisted. This boot is going to look wonderful under a nice pair of blue jeans if you got to go out on the town. And stop in, try it, and good luck, Tigers.
It's more than just a game, it's a tradition, a community. Every Friday night tradition deserves a homemade favorite, Pollyeyes Pizza. Stop in on 5th Ave in downtown Grinnell or order online at pollyeyesgrinnellia.com. Go Tigers!
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, we know that the Tigers have a game plan every time they take the field or court. And at Ramsey Weeks, we have a plan for you too. Check out our website at ramseyweeks.com to get started. You can find all your insurance needs from residential to commercial, and if it is real estate you are looking for, you are one click away in the top menu. Here you can browse our residential and commercial listings. Don't forget, let Ramsey Weeks create a game plan for your new insurance or real estate purchase. Go Tigers!
Now is the perfect time to start your new shop house or post frame building construction project. Lumber prices are dropping to historic lows, and Proline Building Company is excited to pass those savings directly to our customers. We are offering special discounts on all new projects. Our construction calendar has immediate openings so you can take advantage of today's low material cost without delay. Ready to get started? Visit us at www.iowadreambuilder.com and let's get started today.
Welcome back to Grinnell Girls Tiger Wrestling at the Grinnell Natatorium.
That'd be really exciting if we had wrestling in the natatorium.
Swimming. Well, I was straight faced and talked right through that one.
Maybe I shouldn't call you out.
Yes, we're here swimming live. What's up on the docket?
So, Hunter backstroke, and we didn't get the announcement, so we got Southeast Polk, Pecorec in lane 3, Manat, Grinnell in 4, Dayton, Southeast Polk in 5, Zylstra, Grinnell in 6, Kingery 7, and Manat in 8 from Grinnell. And we got Grinnell leading strongly. Like I said, I thought we were going to see something impressive based on warm-ups. I saw a Southeast Polk swimmer come off the blocks very strong. I'm really curious who that was and why they wouldn't have her in the backstroke. But what we want to see, you've heard me talk about it before, coming off those walls, underwater, strong streamline. We've seen some Zylstras performing well in the pool, and they're doing quite well here. But again, the further they can go underwater, the better. We can see everybody pretty much breaking out before the flags here. And again, they are allowed to go not just to the first yellow buoy, but to the second one. And, you know, the elite swimmers, we'll see them do it. 109.23 is Zylstra. So Grinnell is 1, Southeast Polk 2 and 3. Then Grinnell comes back in 4 and 5, and then Southeast Polk in 6. So through event 18 now, which includes the relay, according to the scorekeepers, Grinnell has 67 points and Southeast Polk has 71. It is tight. All right, and I think we must have the varsity and JV in the 100 breast here going right now. Because 7 through 3, and there's more than, according to the heat sheet, and there's more than that in the pool. All right, come on, Grinnell. Let's do this. Right now, Grinnell is probably in first and second. Southeast Polk in a close third. That is Zimpson Camp in lane 4 and third for Grinnell now. And in lane 6 is Lindbergh leading the race. As we can see, the score is very close and is just as close probably after that last event. And it will help for Lindbergh to come in first here. And if Zimpson's got it in there to really push hard in that last length of the 100 breast to pass Hurley in lane 5, but it looks like they're going to go Grinnell 1-3. But then we've got Southeast Polk going 2 and 4 and 5, I think, and then those other people might be JV swimmers.
Which usually they put like a B after, you know, like an A or a B.
That's for relays.
Oh, that's on the relays. Okay.
Yep. $116.98, and interestingly, I'm pretty certain Southeast Polk did not have their best breaststroker in that event. They have a breaststroker who is currently ranked 47th in the state, and she didn't swim that event. She swam in the 100 backstroke. So they must have had some confidence, and it is going to come down to the last event. Unless I'm not keeping track of score well enough.
They still haven't put up 2021.
Right. Yeah, it takes some time for them to enter data back in the back. But even if we consider the last two events, I haven't done the math perfectly, but if Grinnell wins this next event and does decently with their B relays relative to Southeast Polk, they could come out ahead, I'm pretty confident. That's another thing that is notable about swimming in Iowa. There is one class, and this is the last event of the night. So Southeast Polk, a huge school district, going up against Grinnell, a relative to Southeast Polk, tiny district.
It's ironic. I could say that I've called Southeast Polk swimming, and I actually called Southeast Polk versus Dowling football with my son Blake. And the night that they did it, it was 1-2, and we had over 160,000 people watching us live on YouTube.
Oh my gosh. That's unbelievable. Grinnell is leading as I hoped, and they are right on the verge of being second, possibly. They are. Grinnell is 1-2 in the first 50. And their C relay is not far behind either. Yeah, that Southeast Polk football stadium is something.
It's incredible.
But we can say the same thing about the Grinnell College Natatorium.
That's true. That is true.
There is only one other pool in the state that is nicer than this one. Grinnell is, as predicted during the 100 free event for the varsity, Grinnell is handily leading this race, and their B relay is right neck and neck with Southeast Polk's A. And they are, we will see.
That was a good push off the wall there for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, you're right. And that's where most of their swimmers, when I look at the names that are on there, on the rest of, or a couple of the swimmers on Grinnell's B relay, not quite as experienced as the swimmers that are probably swimming for Southeast Polk's A. And that is something that might shine when you're coming off the walls. But we just saw Southeast Polk came off that wall, and she picked her head up quite early, even while she was still underwater. And it's those kind of mistakes that they tire you out. They make you swim harder. And if the official just saw that exchange in lane 5, I think he would be considering whether that was too close, which would really turn the tables. For the score at the end of the meet. But he's got a lot of lanes to watch, and so maybe he didn't see that. I'm not saying it was early, but it was very tight.
The way that they're kind of staggered, though, it's definitely you're able to see.
We'll watch for his arm to raise. I know he's standing just outside of the screen for our viewers, but we'll watch for his arm to possibly raise. Again, I'm not saying that they were early, but oh, look at that. Grinnell is coming back. They have pulled up a half a body length, but Southeast Polk is really trying, but I think Grinnell is coming back. Let's see these splits coming in between lane 4 and 5, because that is where the race is. Grinnell outsplit Southeast Polk in that last 50.
Look at that dive.
And Grinnell is off the blocks faster. Coach Sarah is excited still for the leading relay because, you know, we want to see them get a time that's going to be competitive at the state championships. And Grinnell is now a full body length ahead of Southeast Polk's A relay. This is fantastic news.
Yeah, Grinnell's B's she's getting a really good push off the wall.
That is Peyton Zylstra. We've seen her shine during the meet today, and she's really showing. I'd say she's having better breakouts during this race than she has in some of her other events. Which, again, you're swimming for your whole team here. It's not just for you. You're swimming for a relay. Fantastic. 34.0 on Zylstra's last 50, and Southeast Polk's A relay came in at 35.5 for their last 50. Fantastic. Grinnell's A relay went 4:02.80, and their best this season is 4:01.24. And I'm quite confident they set a school record last year in 3:46.84. So, yeah, right. But, you know, again, that's, you know, it's 4 swimmers. Every swimmer's doing 100. There's time to be dropped there. And Southeast Polk's coming in for their last 2 relays. Say congratulations to everybody's great effort. We've still got season left, and so I think we're still quite likely to see some impressive swimming from Grinnell and Southeast Polk, and we're definitely going to see some impressive diving from both teams.
Yeah. Well, our first swim meet, we were able to see record-breaking.
Yeah.
With Cameron Russell
That's right,
diving,
thank you.
so that was also real impressive.
Thank you for being here tonight. Drive home safely.
Last week. Oh, here we go.
In second place with 87 points, Southeast Polk.
There they did it.
In first place with 97 points, your Grinnell BGM Baxter girls swim team.
It's those relays.
So you talked about Tim swimming to the end.
That's right.
So that's where it all came into play.
And I think the other thing that we see there is that every varsity swimmer, and the JV matters too, because they're learning and they're going to improve, and they're the next, the potential swimmers at the next meet in the next season. But every swimmer who's swimming for points matters. You get those 1s, those 2 points. The depth is important, and so nobody should be discounted if you're not leading the race.
Well, as we close out tonight, as you did here, Grinnell did take the victory, 97 over Southeast Polk 87. We like to say to our visitors, thank you for joining us, and if you like what you were watching, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you're a Grinnell fan, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. And again, thank you for joining us. On behalf of Tim Hammond, giving all the expertise, I'm just trying to run the cameras and make the keyboard and everything work great here. I'm Dan Walker, but thank you for joining us on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is a violation of the law.